Can you introduce yourself and greet others in Spanish correctly? Well, today I'm about to break down the unique world of Spanish greetings and introductions. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll be able to do just that. I'm excited to dive into this fun and essential aspect of learning Spanish, and in this video you'll learn the basic greetings and introductions in Spanish you'll need to start speaking Spanish now. But not just that, stick around to the end of the video where I reveal 2 game changers that will propel you that much faster into being able to conduct Spanish conversations from a basic standpoint. So first off, let's start off with the most common greeting no matter where you are, which is hola. Simply means hi or hello. Now, if you want to be more specific, depending on the time of day, consider using the following. En la mañana, buenos días. Buenos días. We normally use buenos días when you are waking up and normally until noon or right before noon. En la tarde, in the afternoon, usamos buenas tardes. Buenas tardes significa from noon until around 6 p.m. is when we use buenas tardes. Normally around the close of business is when we get ready to transition into la noche, in the evening. En la noche, vamos a usar buenas noches. Not bonus nachos, right? Buenas noches. And we normally use buenas noches from 6 p.m. until the time you retire or go to sleep. This particular greeting is very interesting in itself, so stick around until the end of the video so you can learn the lesson on why it is utilized another way. Okay, so the last greeting I want to introduce you to is simply a bonus one, buenas. This is a short form of all the greetings that we just covered and can be used essentially any time of the day. Now that we've covered the greetings, let's move on to introductions. Aquí tenemos me llamo. And then you insert your name after this. Me llamo Omar. This is how you say my name is. There are other ways that you can say my name is, but let's keep it simple for now. So after responding with what your name is, a simple response is mucho gusto, which translates to nice to meet you. Your biggest focus in an introductory conversation is to not be rude. So to continue the conversation, it's customary to follow up mucho gusto with ¿y tú?, which simply means and you, or what about you? So now it's your turn. I'll show you a few scenarios on the screen and I want you to think about which greeting or introduction would be the most appropriate. I'm also going to infuse some additional introductory phrases for you to add to your Spanish toolbox so we can maximize this space for you in a beginning conversation. So feel free to pause the video if you need more time. It's go time. Vamos. Okay, so first up, we're in a party. Estamos en la fiesta. We're at a party here. We want to talk about, or let's use hi/hello. My name is, and then remember at the end, don't be rude. Persona número uno. Buenas noches. ¿Qué vas a decir? What are you going to say? Exacto. Hola, me llamo, fill in your name. ¿Y tú? Okay, so next up is the scenario of meeting a neighbor for the first time. Let's use hi or hello. My name is, filling your name. Nice to meet you. Estamos en el vecindario. We're in the neighborhood here, right? So here we have Pedro. Pedro is your new neighbor. And Pedro dice, hola, me llamo Pedro. Mucho gusto. ¿Qué vas a decir? What are you going to say? Hola, me llamo, filling your name. And then we, of course, want to say, nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. In these next 4 scenarios, we're going to add some new phrases. Take note and then add them to your Spanish toolbox. In scenario número 3, or escenario número 3, scene 3, we're meeting a person at the bar. Let's start with a greeting. My name is, and then ask, how are you? Buenas noches. Me llamo Lucia. ¿Cómo estás? You can also use ¿qué tal? Because we're in a relaxed setting, we're at a bar, and it simply means the same thing, how are you or how's it going? ¿Qué tal? Is the interpretation important? Not really. Just know it's asking how are you or how's it going. In escenario número 4, or scene 4, scenario number 4, we're meeting a coworker or a classmate for the first time. And you want to find out their name. We're once again going to consider this a relaxed setting. And notice what we say here. Persona número 1. Hola, ¿cómo te llamas? This is potentially what you could say here. Buenos días, me llamo Omar. ¿Y tú? Notice that in this conversation, we added in our ¿y tú? And you. Now, of course, this conversation would continue after they give you their name, but this is the easiest and fastest way to get the name of the person you're speaking with. In scenario number 5, we're meeting a fellow traveler in a hotel. Here we're going to ask, Where are you from? Pay attention to what I say. Hola, me llamo Carlos. ¿De dónde eres? That is us asking, where are you from? ¿De dónde eres? All right, in the scenario número 6, we're introducing ourselves at a meeting. Here we're going to greet someone, say our name, and say where we are from. Once again, notice what is said. Estamos en una reunión. We're at a meeting. Hola, me llamo Omar. ¿De dónde es? This is the formal way of us asking where someone is from. We could also add in de donde es usted, but you could keep it as simple as de donde es. En el escenario número 7, we're meeting the friend of a friend or the relative of one of our friends. So aquí tenemos el tema un nuevo amigo, a new friend. Here we're going to greet the person, say our name, and then say pleased to meet you. This is a caveat to nice to meet you. Very different in English as well as in Español. Make sure you add this to your Spanish toolbox. Hola, me llamo Patricio. Encantado. That's simple. You can leave it just like that, and that would simply mean pleased to meet you. Or if you stretch it out, you want to add some diversity, you want to add some variety to your response or your statement. Hola, me llamo Patricio. Encantado de conocerte. You can definitely use that, and that's just an extension of using encantado by itself. Now, most importantly here, gender matters. If you are a woman, you will say encantada instead of encantado. All guys, when they're introducing themselves and they want to say nice to meet you, they would use encantado. If it's a woman, and say for example, her name is Patricia. Hola, me llamo Patricia. Encantada de conocerte. Okay, so make sure you know the difference. Gender does matter, and you must use encantado if you're a guy, encantada if you are a female. Now in the beginning of the lesson, we talked about the greetings buenas noches being good evening. What's interesting is that buenas noches can also be used to say good night when you are leaving a location or going to bed. So now you can use it in both situations. Buenas noches when you're greeting somebody, good evening, and it can also be buenas noches when you are saying good night. I already know you've done fantastic work with this lesson so far, so the secret to becoming a pro at this and in everything else when it comes to Spanish is to keep practicing, and you'll soon be chatting away like a native speaker. What we have here is proper preparation to achieve progress. This is my ebook, 8 Strategies to Become a Better Spanish Speaker in 30 Days or Less, which is available on Amazon. Make sure you check the link in the description below. With the ebook, you have your 8 strategies, your 4 introductory lessons, and then here you have the online course, which you move at your pace. The link for that will also be in the description below. It is now available. It is on sale right now, so make sure you get that. Espérate, you say you have more juice left in the tank to take down another lesson? Well, all right now. Do these 3 things before you jump into the next lesson about holding conversations in Spanish. Hit that like button if you found value in today's video. Número 2, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming lessons, live streams, and any shorts that I may drop for you. Y número 3, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below introducing yourself in Spanish. You know, practicing what we actually did today in this lesson. Soy Profe Don Omar. Nos vemos.